Just before sunrise at Subi Bay, the mist hugs the water as gold stretches across the horizon. Suddenly, 5 sharp silhouettes emerge from the haze, sleek, angular, proud. The Freedom-class warships glide into port, hulls gleaming in gentle light. On shore, crowds wave Philippine flags, voices rising in cheers. As each warship docks, a brass band plays the national anthem. This is more than ships. It's a promise that the Philippines is ready to protect its waters and its dreams. Families stand shoulder to shoulder along the waterfront, united in hope and pride. Tears of pride shine as loved ones are spotted among the sailors. The community feels stronger, connected by shared joy and unity. Young and old, everyone is part of something bigger, a national story of courage and hope. Today, in Subi Bay, hearts beat as one. This moment belongs to all Filipinos. For decades, the Philippine Navy sailed with aging ships, some built as far back as World War II. Their hulls creaked, engines wheezed, and technology lagged far behind modern standards. Sailors learned to make do, patching old systems with ingenuity and grit. But everyone knew the risks. Outdated radars, slow speeds, and limited firepower left the country exposed. These old ships carried memories of bravery, but also of vulnerability. Many times, during tense moments in the West Philippine Sea, the Navy could only observe, not act. Fishermen and coastal communities felt the uncertainty. Could these ships defend the nation's vast coastline? Could they respond quickly to disasters or emergencies? Often, the answer was no. This reliance on hand-me-down vessels from allies was a double-edged sword. The gesture of friendship was real, but the limitations were inescapable. Every breakdown, every spare part sourced from abroad, reminded everyone of the urgent need for change. The Filipino sailor's spirit was strong, but the tools were weak. Now, with the arrival of the Freedom-class warships, that old chapter is closing. The Navy steps out of the shadows, determined never to go back. The Freedom-class ships are more than just steel and electronics. They are symbols of a new, confident Philippines. With these vessels, the country can finally defend its waters with credible force. Strategically, this changes everything. The Navy can patrol farther, react faster, and stand tall among its neighbors. The message is clear. The Philippines will not be pushed around. For sailors, the transformation is personal. No longer do they have to make do with broken radios or outdated maps. Training is intense, but the pride in their eyes speaks volumes. Each ship represents years of hard work, diplomacy, and sacrifice. It is a promise kept to every Filipino who has ever worried about safety at sea. The impact reaches beyond the military. Coastal communities feel safer. Fishermen can cast their nets further from shore, knowing their Navy is ready to protect them. Schools and barangays invite officers to speak, turning the warships into sources of inspiration for the next generation. The sense of possibility grows day by day. This turning point is not just about defense. It's about dignity. It is the moment when the Philippines takes its rightful place on the world stage, not just as a survivor, but as a leader. Step aboard a Freedom-class warship, and you enter a world of technology and power. Each vessel boasts advanced radar and sonar systems, able to detect threats from miles away. Their engines deliver impressive speed, allowing rapid response to emergencies or sudden threats. The modular design means these ships can adapt, switching roles from combat to disaster relief with ease. The ships are built for today's challenges. They carry anti-ship and anti-aircraft missiles, powerful guns, and electronic warfare suites. Yet, they are just as ready to deliver humanitarian aid. Medical bays, rescue equipment, and helicopters stand by for typhoons or earthquakes. In a country often battered by natural disasters, this versatility is a game changer. On the bridge, young officers operate touchscreen displays and digital maps. They track targets, communicate in real time, and coordinate with allied ships. Training is rigorous, but the excitement is clear. The sailors know they are making history. Each drill, each patrol hones their skills for any scenario, war or peace. This new technology is more than hardware. It is a promise of safety, strength, and hope. For sailors, for families, and for the nation. The arrival of the Freedom class has sparked a surge of national pride. Recruitment in the Navy has risen as young people see a future in defending their homeland. The ships are not just symbols of power, they are icons of Filipino resilience and ingenuity. Songs are written, documentaries filmed, and schools across the country honor sailors as modern heroes. Globally, the impact is just as strong. The United States, a longtime ally, helped make these ships a reality. Joint training programs, knowledge exchanges, and shared patrols have deepened the bond between the two countries. The Freedom-class ships serve as a bridge, not just of steel, but of trust and shared values. Other nations in Southeast Asia take notice. The Philippines is respected, its voice stronger in talks about peace and security. For many Filipinos abroad, the sight of these warships fills them with pride. They tell their children stories of home, showing pictures and videos from Subi Bay. The sense of belonging, of being part of something big and important, grows stronger. Alliances matter. But what matters more is the spirit inside every Filipino. A spirit that these new ships now carry across the seas. Modernization is not easy. The Freedom-class ships come at a high price. Budgets must stretch, and every peso spent is carefully debated. Training is a steep climb, as sailors learn new systems and tactics. Mistakes are made, and there is frustration. Some worry about becoming too dependent on foreign partners for parts and maintenance. Logistics are a constant challenge. Spare parts, fuel, and upgrades must come on time. The Navy works hard to train engineers and technicians, building local expertise. The government invests in new dockyards and supply chains, aiming for self-reliance. It's a race against time and circumstance, but the determination never fades. Behind the scenes, old attitudes sometimes clash with new ideas. Veterans must adapt, while fresh recruits bring energy and curiosity. Leadership becomes key. Commanders must inspire, guide, and support their crews through the growing pains. Mistakes become lessons, and each lesson makes the Navy stronger. Modernization is a journey, not a destination. Every challenge faced and overcome is a step toward a brighter, safer future. The Freedom-class warships are built for defense, not war. Their mission is to protect the seas, keep trade flowing, and guard the Philippines' natural resources. Patrols stretch across the West Philippine Sea, sending a calm but firm signal. The nation stands ready, but seeks peace. The Navy works closely with neighbors and allies, supporting international law and freedom of navigation. These ships are also first responders in times of disaster. When typhoons strike or earthquakes hit, it is the Navy that brings food, medicine, and rescue teams to the hardest-hit areas. In this role, the warships become floating lifelines for isolated communities. The technology that defends also saves lives. For the people, this dual role brings comfort and pride. Knowing that their Navy is out there, watchful, prepared, and compassionate, makes every Filipino feel safer. The ships are symbols of hope, built not just to fight, but to serve. These guardians of peace remind the world that the Philippines chooses stability, compassion, and courage. Today, as sunlight floods Subi Bay, the Freedom-class warships stand ready. Their hulls reflect not just the dawn, but the hopes of an entire nation. The Philippines is no longer a silent observer. It is a confident, capable defender of its people and its future. The journey was long and hard, but now the country sails forward with pride. Communities celebrate. Children dream of wearing navy white. Families feel safer. Diplomats speak with a stronger voice. The world listens. The transformation is real, visible in every salute, every patrol, and every Filipino heart. There are still waves ahead. Challenges will come. But the Philippines is no longer adrift. With unity, courage, and these new ships, the nation faces the future with hope. The Navy's transformation echoes in every barangay, every school, every home. As the ships sail out to sea, they carry with them the spirit of a nation. Proud, hopeful, and ready for whatever lies beyond the horizon.